Okay, picking up with 21A. Someone pours sand in a bucket at a constant rate. The graph shows the total weight of the bucket and the sand over time. After 10 seconds, the total weight is 50 ounces. What is an equation of the line parallel to the line on the graph that passes through 4:15? Okay, so we can tell by looking at the graph that the y-intercept is a 0.20, and the reason we're interested in that is because we need 2 points so that we can find the slope of that line, because whatever the slope of that line is the slope of the line we want to use. And why is that? Because it says they're parallel. So 1 point is 0.20. There it is on the graph, and there it is on my paper. Another point on this graph they tell us is 1050. They tell us in words here, after 10 seconds, the weight is 50 ounces. So you use those 2 points to find your slope, and the slope is 3. And it says it's going through 4:15. So again, you write an equation in point-slope form using that point and using this slope. And you transform it to slope-intercept form, and your answer is D. Number 21, again, find 2 points because it says they're parallel, so we need to know what the slope is. 1 point is the y-intercept, which is 0.15. Another point we get out of the words here is 1035. You find your slope. The slope is 2. It needs to go through this point, 335. That's right here. So we put it in point-slope form, transform it to slope-intercept form, and that answer is B. And then 21C, that's supposed to be a 1 there. 21C, y-intercept is 0.10, so that's 1 point I can use. Another point, after 10 seconds, the weight is 50 ounces. That's another point I can use to find the slope, which is 4. It tells us it needs to go through point 225. So using this point and a slope of 4, write an equation in point-slope form. Distribute your 4, add 25, and you get answer choice A. Okay. Let's see, here's 22. It says, on a piece of paper, graph, then determine which answer matches the graph you drew. And you don't have to draw it on a piece of graph paper. You can. But some things that we need to look at here is that by looking at this inequality, I can tell it has a positive slope of 1. M is 1. I can tell it's going to be shaded less than, which means it's going to be shaded under because it's just the less than symbol, which also means it's going to have a dotted line. It has a y-intercept of 0.1. Okay, so and this right here, you don't have to find the slope, but you can just to double check and make sure you're looking at the right graph. But the answer choice was D, which of course is split on the paper. But here we have a dotted line shaded under. The y-intercept is a positive 1, and the slope is 1. If you go up 1 over 1, you're still on that line. Or you could check it by plugging it into the slope formula like I did here with the points that they've given you. Okay, move this over this way. Okay, 22B. So I take the inequality that they've given us, y is greater than negative x plus 2, and I think about the things I know about it. It's a negative slope, so it's going down, negative 1. I'm going to be shading above because it's greater than. It's going to have a dotted line because it's just greater than, and the y-intercept is 2. That's why your answer is, again, D, the one that's split up on the paper or the screen. 22C, take the inequality that they've given you. Y is less than x minus 3, so the slope is a positive 1. I should be looking for a line that's going up and to the right and has a dotted line that's shaded below because it's less than. It has a y-intercept of negative 3. This time your answer choice was B, or the correct choice was B. 23 is the same thing as 22, except all of these have solid lines instead of dotted lines. So you would have a solid line on these because they're all greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. But it's the same concept, same thought process as number 22. Okay, and I'll stop it there.